इतना है या इतना है, जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं।
Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Neha Gaur, your host for this webinar today. A very happy 77th Independence Day to you all. We have marked 76 years of freedom today. Thank you for joining us on India's biggest digital franchise business Independence Day special webinar this evening. Before we proceed this special webinar further, let us remember the struggles and sacrifices of our freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for this great nation. From Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagat Singh, and many others who fought for our freedom. We must honor and respect their sacrifices. We must continue to carry forward the spirit of freedom and determination that our forefathers displayed during the struggle of independence. We must strive to build a better and stronger India where everyone has equal rights and opportunities. In conclusion, I want to remind you that our freedom is something we must cherish and protect. Our forefathers sacrificed a great deal to get us where we are today, and we must never take it for granted. With this aim, we are here today giving you the freedom and opportunities to choose your own business. So without taking much time, I will quickly brief you about the Q&A process. But before proceeding towards the Q&A process also, as I can see, Mr. Marya has joined. I think he did join, but at present he is not here. Okay, so we'll proceed with Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the chat window. We'll address them during the Q&A. So while we run the presentations, you can keep sharing your queries by writing them into the chat box. So now I would like to introduce you with our first brand of today. Playing a leading role in today's global market, Cambridge Global Team is around 5,900 people in 47 locations around the world. Today we have Mr. Ajay Tyagi, DGM Cambridge University Press and Assessment with us to explain about the partnership opportunities available in Indian market for our investors. Ajay ji, first of all, I would like to welcome you on our panel today. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Independence Day on a special series of this webinar. And I would want to request you to please share with us or our investors about the partnership opportunities available in Indian market with Cambridge Learning Center. Over to you, Ajay ji.
Thank you, Neha. Thanks for the brief introduction and happy Independence Day to everyone. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
So today we are here to share the best opportunity available for anyone who want to get into study abroad business or IELTS learning space. So we are from Cambridge University. We are the part of Cambridge University where we represent the business side of the Cambridge University. Our core objective is to provide all the resources for learning, for research, for students, and for researchers. In India, currently we're presenting in 3 business units. The one part of unit focus on K-12 education, which is primarily the schools. So we have more than 750 international board school, Cambridge board school. Then we have press, which is basically into publication of books, material, resources, research work from age from 13 to 19, and a lot of research work by the PhDs. So we do a lot of publication. And the big part of business is English. Anything related to English in India, abroad, is from Cambridge. Founded in 1534, one of the oldest media house, one of the oldest university in the world. Currently, we are at around 50 offices across the globe, more than 3,000 employees. I am one of them. In India, we have office in Delhi, and across major cities of all the India, we have a representation office. We have some unique resources. For example, whenever you search anything on Google for dictionary usage, generally you land on the Cambridge Dictionary. We have 50 million unique users every month, month on month, for a lot of dictionary use. Then a lot of other digital resources. And we heavily invested on all the digital resources across the globe to make sure that the best of the resources available for students and researchers. Why I'm saying student and researcher? Student is someone who learn through over a period of time. Researchers is something they build a lot of unique things. IELTS. IELTS is a very important and strategic market for us in India. India is the fastest growing market. In fact, is the leading market right now in the globe. Out of 5 million test takers across the globe, India contribute almost 1.5 million test makers. And after China is around 1.3 million. And a lot of Indians are aspiring to go abroad. So for example, if somebody is looking for international migration, we also say international mobility for studies, for PR purposes, for immigration purposes, for job purposes, you require to take an English test. And that test is called IELTS, IELTS, IELTS test, where Punjab, Gujarat, Andhra, Telangana, Kerala, these are the very important and high movement market for us. The growth is tremendous. Every year we are seeing a lot of people want to go abroad. Last year, some 750,000 students went abroad for studies. So it's a huge market. It's growing phenomenally in the last 5-7 years. In next 10 years, at least we see this market will triple down. Maybe it will grow 3x, 4x. We are blessed with population. A lot of people want to go abroad. We are the part of, we are the co-owner and the part of IELTS ecosystem. We developed this test. This test is conducted by different agencies across the globe. We have one agency in India called IDP, which conducts the test on behalf for us. The market potential. There is some estimation by some publication, some Indian newspapers, that it's 1,000 crore market. It is growing at the rate of 20% every year on year. So last year, it has seen more than 25%. So we see great potential for this market and a lot of opportunities for anyone who is into study abroad business or want to start something fresh. What is our differentiation? We are the official IELTS material preparatory body. We have a lot of resources and learning resources for learners. And we do a lot of research around the candidate, how they take real exam, what are the challenges they face. So we are the expert in developing the content for IELTS. Other than IELTS, we have one more exam, which is very popular in India for healthcare, which is OET, other occupational test. Generally, it is for healthcare workers. If you are a doctor, if you are a nurse, or if you are someone who's into medical field and want to go abroad, you can also take this test, which is called OET. There are more resources from our end. So more than 162 titles. When I say titles, number of books we have published. So at each level, because in IELTS exam, you don't fail, you get band 1 to band 9. Now you may be good in reading, a student can be good in writing, but there are some problem areas where they need to improve. So for each specific area, there is a book which can be utilized. So very well versed with the content. And right now we are getting very good traction on online learning also. A lot of students are doing a lot of research on online, a lot of hit on our website and dictionary from India. Challenges. It's in India, IELTS is a very fragmented market, it's highly unorganized. You will see every nook and corner, somebody is teaching IELTS, and no pedagogy focus, no teacher benchmark. Anyone who can understand, read, write English, they become English teacher. And there is no benchmark also. And there's a diverse background of English level also. So English in South, North, East, West may differ. So we want to bring a lot of standardization in this learning process. What are the opportunities from Cambridge side? We are bringing a structure approach now, official content, so that a student who is preparing for this IELTS test go with the official content, not with something which is not helpful for them, and definitely pedagogy expertise. So it is more than learning a language, it's a skill that you need to learn. So there are 4 skills required for this test: writing, reading, speaking, and listening. Now, all these skills require a lot of hacks, a lot of understanding how you take a test. And definitely the final one, which is train the trainer. We are building a lot of academies across India now, so that we can train a lot of teachers, we can put a certification. It becomes a standardization certification for teachers and learners. Now, for example, if you want to train nursery class students, there's a certification. If you want to train a PhD student, there's a certification, there's a certain degree required. In the same lines, we are bringing a lot of certification for trainers. Cambridge Learning Partner Program. We started this partnership program last year. We have seen a good success across India. Now we have more than 30 centers across India, a very good enrollment across all the centers. We are expanding very fast. Every month we have 2 to 3 centers live. We also collaborated with NSDC, which is a government body, and where they are also experimenting with this learning partnership program. We have started one center in Varanasi with NSIT. Soon we have some centers in Punjab with National Skill Development Corporation. So in fact, government is recognizing this a very important need for students, because at the end of the day, if somebody wants to immigrate from India, they need to take this test. Now, what are the advantages to become a partnership program? One is definitely, once you become a part of Cambridge University Press and Assessment, a lot of benefits you get. The best benefit you get is you become an authorized partner. Cambridge will authorize your center, your offline center, to take this content, to take this learning pathways to students, and you will be the only one available in the market. We will provide you the pedagogy, the methodology to learn, how to teach. We will give you all the official content. In fact, you will get all the content before it hits the market. For example, we are launching 118 series next month, but it is available to our partners 1 month before the market. So you get access of all the material required to learn and before the market. Teacher training, we will be training all the teachers. Now, for example, you hire teachers, or if you already had the teachers, we can train them, we can certify them, we can build a pedagogy structure with them, and it's a continuous process. We have every month there is a cohort of teacher training. They can join us and they can learn. And today technology is very much required. Now, to run a center, you require a lot of technology tools. So one of the learning management system will be provided from Cambridge side, where teachers, students, and we together can come to the ecosystem. They can learn, they can take exam, they can do a lot of mock tests, they can do a lot of learning and pathways in this system. You can manage your center with accounts, with billing. So you don't require to buy or integrate with another system. It's already there with us. Blended learning, as market is moving towards online to offline, offline to online, a blended approach is required. So through this system, you can deliver this course to anyone across India. And it's one of the best available tool across the ecosystem. And we have seen a lot of students, post they complete their programs, which is 1 month, 2 month, 3 months program. Generally, they take a lot of assessment tests, because the cost of taking tests is very high. So they just want to make sure that before they appear for the test, they know their level. Regular workshop and engagement. We do a lot of in-person and online workshop at your center, online. Like, for example, last 6 months, a lot of our master trainers. These master trainers trained by and certified by Cambridge University Press and Assessment. They go in person to the institute. They deliver a lot of lectures, courses, workshop. Now we are bringing international trainers. Our trainers from UK will come from Cambridge University. They are highly trained trainers with a lot of experience, like 30 to 40 years of experience, very high quality training workshops. We will be doing this workshop in the every quarterly to our partner centers. And definitely marketing and sales support, because to run this kind of programs, you require a lot of support for marketing and sales. So anything related to a national campaign, a digital campaign, webinars, like these kind of webinars we are doing for B2B. We are conducting a lot of webinars for B2C, for customers. So every week, location-specific webinars, a lot of marketing is happening with the customer, because now customer is everywhere. What's the cost required? Being a part of Cambridge University Impress and Assessment, I think cost should not be a very important factor deciding whether you want to go ahead with this program or with some other program. Initial cost of association fee of 10 lakh rupees, which is applicable for 3 years. Then there is a 30% cost on each subscriber. One has to share. 10% is the content cost, which is your books. Books includes your digital content, your print books, your digital learning resources, and your learning management system. And 20% of the services we provide you. And after 3 years, you can renew the contract basis of if we feel that you are a very competitive partner and you are doing well, we can always renew it. If you are a study abroad consultant, or you are already into the business, you just need to plug and play the brand and you can start immediately. But if you are a new center, if it is a fresh business, then you need to start from scratch. You need to identify a space, a physical space, an investment of capital investment between 20 to 30 lakhs, depending upon the area, size, location, and various factors. And a very good ROI in this business. And a lot of extension services also possible in this business, because IELTS is an intermediate product. A student who is looking to go abroad for studies, first they have to qualify the IELTS, then they move towards the application for study abroad. And a lot of universities are looking for Indian students across the globe: Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, US. These are the major markets right now. In fact, Europe is become a second best market right now. A lot of students are going to Italy, Czech Republic, France, Finland. So a lot of opportunities in this sector. What's the process? The process is very simple. You need to contact your local team member from Franchise India. They will help you in signing an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement. Being a GDPR compliance company and a global company, we prefer to sign an NDA. Then we discuss all the doubts. We will go for a doubt session, or if any queries are there, then we go for an application form. Once you submit an application form, we will ask you to submit a market survey and final business proposal from your end. Our team will start initiating all the process in terms of center setup, in terms of physical infrastructure, trainings, and everything which is required to set up this center. And we launch the center on the common agreeable date. That is from my side. I hope I'm able to help you in terms of understanding the Cambridge Learning Partner Program. Thank you. Over to Marya.
Thank you so much, Ajayji. Thanks a lot. Now we'll move forward for the question and answer. So from panelists, if you have any questions, we can put up.
Yeah, Neha, I would have some questions.
Sure.
Hi, Ajayji. So you mentioned that this program is suited for IELTS education, right? So what about other English examinations? Do we, can this be used for TOEFL and PT and maybe general English training as well?
So, like, for example, IELTS is one test, TOEFL is also one test. But TOEFL numbers are close to 25. I'm not sure about the exact number, but only 25,000 test takers in India from TOEFL. PT is also one of the tests, but the quality of test is not very acceptable in the market from the best of the universities. You can read a lot of stuff which is happening with the PT's rejection, but I'm not sure about PT. But yes, they are also growing because a lot of students want to go abroad. A lot of students want to try and test, but IELTS is the lead in exam, and it's one of the best tests available in the market.
I agree, but sometimes because the other exams are slightly easier, students prefer to give that exam to qualify for.
No, Praveenji, there is no exam such which is easier.
Easier than
But
IELTS.
in the case of PT and TOEFL, they are only computer-based tests. They are not pen and paper-based.
Okay, sure. So, in nutshell, this program is not supporting the other tests, right? This is mainly for IELTS. That's my question.
Yes. So because we are the IELTS owner, I can only give you IELTS. For PT now typically what happens in the market, like we have a lot of partners, 80% is of their customer is generally IELTS, 15% or 10% is PT or TOEFL. TOEFL market acceptance is quite different, but I cannot comment on other tests. I can only share that we are the market leader. We are the most acceptable test in the market across the globe. So why not to go for something which is acceptable and easy to help you in terms of building your skills?
Absolutely. So I think Cambridge, nobody can beat, definitely.
Yes.
So another one, you said that you have got 30 centers already operational in India. So can you tell us where all these centers are?
So there are 10 centers in Punjab. There are 11 centers in Gujarat right now. And 9 centers are live in south of India, which is like Kochi, Bangalore, Pune, 2 in Hyderabad. So evenly spread. In fact, Kolkata, we will be soon launching one more center. Bhopal is coming up. So a lot of centers are coming up now.
And when you're looking for a partner profile, what exactly are you looking for? One, it could be an existing study abroad center. Besides that, are there other profiles as well which can be considered?
See, we are looking for partners who are looking for a long-term growth. It's not a short-term business. It is a very strategic initiative we have taken. So only those who are serious in nature, those who are serious about business, those looking to grow their business. So there could be a partner who is doing 50 students in a year there for study abroad. There could be a partner who is doing 500 students in a year. There's someone who's doing 4,000 students in a year. We want to work with 500 and 4,000 both, but somebody who is very at nascent stage, doing very less number, very individual driven organization, we may not prefer that. And also we look for that they are ethical, they follow the process, they follow the law, and they comply with GDPR compliance. So for example, we don't share any data. Just to give an example, being a GDPR compliance. There are a lot of ways to utilize the data in a more ethical and legally way. So these kind of things we look for, and definitely an individual who is looking, who has a fire in the belly, who wants to grow and who wants to build a system for their business. So it's a very good integration for someone who is into study abroad, want to grow in the market, who want to lead in the market. From 200 students who want to grow to 1,000 students in a year. Somebody is into English learning language, doing 500 to 1,000 students in a year, who want to grow in English language, who want to grow in IELTS test taking, learning.
Right.
So these kind of students, partners are we are looking.
Sure, thanks. And one last thing, Mr. Ajay, if you look at the overall investment, it would be somewhere around 25-30 lakhs, right, to set up a new center if there is nothing which is existing. So how do we calculate an ROI on this kind of an investment?
So my only advice to anyone who is fresh to this industry, want to start that, IELTS is an intermediate business for you. It's a base, it's a funnel for you. Once you start building your funnel for IELTS, you have qualified students who want to go abroad, start building your services for study abroad application, because the margins are much, much higher. Margins are 10x or 15x in some cases. So it will be very helpful business model for you. On average, 20 to 25% return we are looking from IELTS business. And then you build your funnel for your study abroad, where where market size is huge, potential is huge, and ROI is on almost, I cannot comment on that ROI because it's a different business. We don't
Yeah.
support that, but it's a good business to witness. But 10x growth is there in terms of revenue.
To achieve 20-25% return,
Yeah,
how
easily.
many students on an average do you think?
So to get a break even, you require 30 students per month. So
Okay.
approximately 400 to 500 students, depending on the area, site, rent, and various variability. A good 500 students is good to go in terms of running the institute, and which is very much easily available. The market size is so huge, getting 50 students in a month it's very easy. 2 batches of 25 each a month
Sure.
it's the easiest job, I think.
Given of course the amount of people, students going abroad, I think this is a reasonable
Yeah,
number.
numbers are very high, Mr. Praveen. You cannot imagine the kind of students are approaching everywhere to find someone who can help them, guide them. There's in fact supply issue. We don't have enough good partners in market to service them.
I think it should be good, Neha. We can move on if there are any other questions by any of the panelists.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Praveen ji. As I can see, so many people are raising their hands. So I would want to repeat one more time. If you have any questions, please write them into the Q&A box. If you're raising your hand, we won't be able to understand what is your question. So instead of raising your hands, please write your question into Q&A box. I would like to take up some questions from Q&A box. Mr. Vineet is asking, please share the ROI. So I think this is something we have recently covered. One more question is there, which I want to take up. Vishal is asking, what are the minimum requirements to kickstart this venture?
Okay. So Vishal, the minimum requirement is very simple. You need to identify physical space where visibility and availability to the student. So it should be visible. It should be available, reachable to the student. Typical size we look for between 1500 to 2000 square feet. Again, depending upon your location. Like for example, in Mumbai, it is very hard to find a large space, but in Jaipur, it's easy to find a large space. So depending upon your area, we prefer a larger space. A big format is always helpful, and you need to have 2 to 3 classrooms, 2 to 3 bay for counseling, a reception area, a manager room, a typically 1500 to 1800 square feet of carpet area with 5 to 8 people of team member, and you can immediately start. We will help you in terms of training, development, in terms of how to launch, how to manage the center. That will be, there is an operation team which will help you in day-to-day operations also.
Okay. There is one more question I would like to take up. Mr. Pore is asking, what is the investment and running capital?
Again, investment is subjective in nature. It's again depends upon your location, but typical between 20 to 30 lakh rupees the range we look for. Again, there is no thumb rule for it. As per the size structure, as you know, there is a fees, association fee, which you need to pay to Cambridge. Then there's a physical infrastructure investment, which is subjective in nature. I think for these kind of question, what I would request all the respective participant that they can reach out to their local franchise India team. They can help you in terms of orientation. They can give you the ROI sheet. They can help you in terms of what is requirement. And maybe we can collect one-to-one once you show interest to go ahead in terms of understanding. We can connect anytime.
Correct. So we'll end it with taking this last question. Mr. Yashas is asking, how will it affect the business if there is going to be 2 centers in the same city?
So as a strategy, we are not looking for multiple centers with different partners in same city. We will prefer one partner own the maximum centers in the same city. Now, just to give an example, a place like Amritsar may not have more than 2 centers because the city is not so big. And we have one partner who is managing both the centers. So we'll prefer a single partner for multiple centers.
All right. We still have questions, but since we are running out of time, so people who have questions related to Cambridge, they can directly get in touch with us on our hotline number, which is 971768 3838, and you will get the details post this webinar also. Ajay ji, thank you so very much for joining us today and sharing so much information with us related to your brand. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nia. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, to participate in this webinar, and happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Thanks, Ajay ji. Thanks.
So moving forward to our next brand, they are into F&B, specialized with the idea of making life sweet without sugar. Their vision is to build a global sugar-free dessert brand. We do have Mr. Nimish Bhandari from Artinci. Nimish, first of all, I would like to welcome you on our panel today. And I would request you to please brief us more about this beautiful concept you are coming up with, making desserts without using sugar. Over to you, Nimish ji.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, Nehaji. Thank you so much for organizing this and happy Independence Day to everyone here. So, like Nehaji just said, our core business idea is to give sugar-free products to everyone. And our major focus target customer is people who want to switch to a healthier lifestyle or who are diabetic, suffer from diabetes. But that being said, the products, because they're healthy and they're made from healthier ingredients, and there is no additives, there's no coloring, there is no preservatives, we target to a wider audience, wider customer profile. The people who are looking for healthier food options, who are looking for healthier desserts. So we do ice creams, we do cookies, we do chocolates, we do cakes, some kuch sare products, but bina sugar ke karte hain. So it's a very different product offering, and this is what our ethos is. So we will not do anything which has got refined flour, or which has got refined oil, or which has got anything with sugar, refined sugar in it. Everything is going to be natural. Everything is going to be so that is a bit brief about our brand. I'll just share my screen and the presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great. So I'll just start with this. So this is what our brand basically is simplified. We basically are doing sugar-free products, we're doing healthy products, but targeted towards people suffering from diabetes. But then the main goal is to give products which have got low GI. So GI glycemic index is what is measured. So any product which has got a high GI is not safe for people who are suffering from diabetes. So all our products are low GI. They are with the natural ingredients. There's no palm oil, like mentioned here. This is a small note from our founder, Rastogi. Both our founders, they come from a family of diabetics. They are pre-diabetic themselves. So that was the motivation behind starting off with a brand which has got products like these. And like I've mentioned before, we use a low GI sweetener and other low GI ingredients. So all the products have have 90% less GI load and have 50% less calories, and then even low on carbs as well. So we're giving all the taste of a normal dessert. So which is there in anything, but there is no sugar spike. There is no unnecessary calories. There is no sugar added in it. That's basically both our founders. They come from 20-25 years of experience in different fields. We have an in-house R&D team, and all our products are certified by CFTRI. This is a small brief about how our products are different from a traditional dessert. So, as you're looking at this, you can understand all traditional desserts, may it be ice creams or cakes or chocolates or cookies. They've got sugars, they've got high on calories, they've got processed flours, unhealthy fats, everything. And in our desserts, there's nothing. There is no added sugar, there is no calories, there is no processed flour, no unhealthy fats, no preservatives. So this is where we are very different in terms of the product offering. This is a small explanation about how we've got a low GI value to all our products. So our sweetener, it's a blend of FOS, stevia, sorbitol, resveratrol. Of course, this is a bit technical, but stevia being a plant-derived, it's a natural sweetener. It's not made in a laboratory. Comes from a plant. Comes from a leaf. Only other sweetener like aspartame or saccharin, it's all synthesized in a lab. So those are not healthy. Those are basically very bad for health. They're not good for children. Our sweetener is completely safe for all age groups. It's completely healthy. There is no side effects to it. And we have developed it in a way that tastes exactly like sugar. So even if you use our sweetener and add it to your tea or coffee, it will not feel like it's different from sugar. Saying that, when you look at the benchmark index scale, our sweetener is at a GI value of 0, which is showed here. On comparison scale, table sugar is at 65 and then glucose is at 100. Glucose is the highest in terms of GI. This is what our target customer is like. So we've got basically the main focus is diabetics, but then there's pre-diabetics and there is the conscious eaters as well. So conscious eaters would be people who want to make a switch to a healthier lifestyle, people who want to get the products which are healthy, safe. Still, they don't want to compromise on taste. So when you look at an Indian market, an average consumer, people would not want to compromise on taste. They can eat something unhealthy. They would prefer that, but it has to. They won't compromise on taste even if it's healthy. So that's where we come into this. This is basically our product range shown here. So we've got ice creams and cheesecakes, we've got cookies, we've got Indian sweets, we've got chocolates, cakes, in products, and then home chef products as well. We're available on Zomato Swiggy right now on our website on Amazon. There with 50 plus products now, all these cities currently. We're there in Swiggy, Zomato, we're there on Amazon, our website, in all these 6 cities. This is how we are operating currently. So the current model we have is a dark store. In all the 5 cities, 6 cities we are there in. It's basically delivery focused models. And if you look at the search for Swiggy, search on Swiggy, Zomato for our brand, you will see a listing like this, and you see all the reviews, you see how the whole menu, and then that's how it's there. Um, So this is a bit more detailed explanation about our products, kind of flavors we have in ice cream, a good variety of cheesecakes, cookies, and sweets. We've got motichur laddu, kaju katli, we've got chocolates of different kinds. We've got almond cakes. We've got and even now come up with low carb cakes as well, made from super grain flour. So there's a new products are also coming out regularly. This is a small gist of how what people say about our product. So people love the flavor, they like the taste. And surprisingly, uh, there's no issue with that. So this is good about that. This is how we help any potential franchise once they're about how we start up them. So it involves site selection. There's a lot of to do with the location because since we're operating on Swiggy Zomato, we need to check in the radius for delivery. We need to check the demand of that area. We need to check a lot of things. Then there is, of course, project execution where we set up the store, we set up Swiggy Zomato listing, we get everything done up. Then any support, any troubleshooting, training, supply chain, basically getting the stock to the store. Then this marketing support, both offline, online, there's tech support. This is the 3 formats which we are actually offering right now. So format 1 would be a dark store where there is no physical storefront. It's completely delivery or pickup oriented and it can be set up in a very small investment format. So this is the most basic format. Then we have a kiosk format, which is slightly bigger than a dark store. It will be in a shop in shop model or it has a slightly better front so that people could actually come and walk in and see the products and then buy it. And then there's format 3, which is a full-fledged experience center where people could sit and have the products do that. So that's how this is like. This is not how the franchise process works. Like. So once someone would come into franchise with an inquiry, we basically get in your details, then we assess your location, then we sign an LOI, then we proceed to setting up the store, getting the Zomato Swiggy registration done, then there's staff training, and then of course set up online. Then we go live. So we can go very fast with the dark store model from initial discussion to setting it up. It all can be done within 15, 20 days. We're that fast in terms of going live. So this is what we would expect from a franchise partner. A good premise, then a good credit record, then at least capital for at least 12 months. It would be better if the person is already running their own cloud kitchen, has some experience of running a food store. Of course, commitment to the whole concept of healthy and sugar-free, operational excellence, and then great customer service. So that is a brief about the brand.
Thank you, Nimishji. Thank you so much. From the panelists, if we have any questions, you can put up. Then I'll take the questions from Q&A.
Yeah, a couple of things. Hi, Nimish.
Hi, Pravinji.
So seems pretty interesting given the diabetes and sugar issues we are having these days in Indian population. So you mentioned that stevia, is a 0% GI, right? So do we have some clinical researches done on your product which says that this is safe?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. We have the sweetener itself is approved from CFTRI in Mysore. We have an in-house R&D team which keep doing trials to get reports and see what sugar spike is or it is not happening. And then we have reports of products also. So, I'll explain it to you a little bit more detail. The sweetener itself is got a 0 GI value, but when you're using it in a product, for example, a berries cake, it's got berries, it's got almond flour. So every ingredient would have its own GI value also. But we try to build the product in a way where the GI comes to a minimal level. So sweetener to zero GI pe hai, but if berry ka koi GI hai, so that GI has to be compensated with a low GI product to bring the complete glycemic index to a low value. So there is no spike for a diabetic person. So that all reports are there. I mean, that all for any potential franchise who's interested, we can definitely share those reports with them. It's all clinically certified. It's all medically proven. So that is not a problem.
And what I believe is you're currently present mainly in the Bangalore region, right? Or
sir, we are there in Bangalore. We are there in Bombay. So Bangalore and Bombay, we are equal. Bombay, we have 10 dark stores. Mumbai. Okay. Bangalore, we have 7 stores. Pune, we have 4 stores. In 2 in Hyderabad and 1 in Chennai. That's the dark store side. But of course, we are there. So we need a dark store for ice creams. The rest of the products, we are present pan-India through Amazon or our website that we can ship pan-India anyways.
Okay, you can ship pan-India, you're saying?
Yeah, except ice creams and some of the cakes, like cheesecake and truffle cake. The rest all we are shipping pan-India.
All right, so to start any new city, right? Like, for example, Delhi NCR, you would need a central kitchen kind of a setup there. How do you plan that?
Absolutely. So with Delhi NCR, we are planning to get a central warehouse. Of course, Delhi would be more interesting to have a master franchise. So we can open at least 5 or maybe 10 stores together. Sure. That would actually give more traction because all the marketing would then be more evident and more will have a better result. The product ka demand aayega to people, because even right now we're getting a lot of demand for ice cream from cities like Delhi, NCR, even from Chandigarh for that matter, other parts where we're not present right now. So the demand is there already, but we're not able to convert that right now. So, yeah.
Right. So somebody who's already running maybe a central kitchen of some other product can reutilize the space for this?
Absolutely. So that's what we are recommending also. we basically now, even in our financial projections, we recommend a shared space
Right.
because this becomes more of an add-on product. So if someone's running their own food brand or they're running their other brand, we don't mind a shop-in-shop kind of a concept, or maybe multiple brands running from the same outlet. It actually adds value in a way because we're a dessert brand, and if someone's selling food, then both of them can go good together. And if it's a healthy food brand, that's even the better.
Explained about the investment. So Neha, over to you. There are some other questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. There is a question Mr. Yashas is asking, what is the investment required to start this franchisee?
So the total investment for a dark store is between 4 to 5 lakh, including the startup stock. So if you break it down, 2 lakh rupees is the franchise fee, 1 lakh rupees would be investment capex. So someone just needs to get a freezer, a fridge, and a billing terminal. So that's the only things required to run a dark store, and about 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees worth of stock. So it's a very low investment model, and we can, for the second month, we can assure a sale of 1.5 lakh rupees guaranteed in any metro city. If someone starts an outlet tomorrow, for example, in Gurgaon or maybe Chandigarh, so from second month, we can guarantee the sale of 1.5 lakh rupees for sure on Zomato Street.
Okay.
So the total investment is 3.5 to 4 lakh.
I have a follow-up question there, Nimish. So if somebody starts a dark store, let's say in Gurgaon, how would that store be supported from backend, because you don't have a master kitchen right now in Gurgaon?
So what we can do is we can synchronize 3-4 stores together, because since we are getting up to launch anyways in Delhi. If we are launching with a franchise, otherwise we might launch our own stores also. So we definitely have to do a central kitchen in Delhi NCR. And
I mean, Delhi NCR is just an example. For that matter, any city, any other city that somebody plans to open a dark store, so there has to be some backend support required.
Yeah, so mainly the support needed would be in logistics. We would need to make sure the stock reaches to them.
Right.
That of course, because since we already are sending out stock to multiple places in India,
Sure.
we can take care of that. So, for example, if someone opens a store in somewhere in Maharashtra, say Nagpur, we are currently sending out stock to Pune and Mumbai. We can route stock to Nagpur as well. For example, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Gujarat is the next territory we are also aiming up very seriously now. We are already speaking to a restaurant chain, a big restaurant chain in Gujarat. So they have almost 8 outlets there already. So we are starting Gujarat irrespectively in B2B, independent of the franchise. So supply chain will be taken care of. That is our, we'll do that, not a problem at all.
Sure, right, thanks.
Okay, so there's one more question I would like to take up. Mr. Sami is asking, kindly disclose the retail price of products as compared to same product available in the market.
So we are at a premium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are at a premium. We are a premium product. We use premium ingredients, so we are there in the premium category. In the ice cream space, we have competition from banks like Gateway or Moto or Brooklyn. But again, price points are similar. So they are also priced at about 100, 150, 200 for a single cup of ice cream. We are also at the same price, 150, 170. Of course, that being said, ice creams may there is competition, mithai may there is some competition, but for cakes we don't have any competition because no one is selling almond flour cakes currently in the market. It's very expensive to make, and people don't really want to target that kind of a taste profile, customer profile. So if you look at the price, we might be 20% more expensive than a similar category product, but no one is making exactly the same kind of product. So it's a bit of a thing like that. Actually, there's no benchmark per se in the market.
Right. There's one more question being asked by Dhaniti. What are the basic requirements needed to start the franchisee?
So you would need a space. You would need a fridge, a freezer, and a billing software system, a laptop or a tablet. That's all. It's very easy to start. And of course, conviction into health, into the healthy category. So that is something which is very important, that one needs to be sure that they will promote the product. Uh, they're very convinced about health food. Uh, they have a good optimistic view about how the health category is now changing in India. That's all we need from them. Nothing much.
So the software you're talking about is the software which you will provide, if I'm not wrong.
So it's a third party software. It's a simple point of sale software, billing software. It's on an annual subscription. But we help you set it all up. We help the franchise set it all up. So any Zomato Swiggy integration with Thrive on our website, that will be taken care of from our side. Marketing, online marketing, Google marketing, offline marketing, promotions, discounts, that all we'll also take care of.
All right. Shivam is asking, what is the ROI of this business?
So ROI is between 7 to 9 months on a realistic side. If it's good, it will come out between six months also. Because the investment value is so small and getting a guaranteed sale. So within 10 months maximum, you get a ROI.
All right. Fair enough. And what is the break even, if you can just let me know?
It is about, I think, 3 to 4 months.
All right. This we're talking about the small concept.
Yeah, the dark store. I'm only focusing on the dark store because the reason, I'll explain the reason also behind this. The dark store is the quickest to start with. That can be upgraded to a retail model later on. So
Right.
once the franchise is also used to selling the product, is able to understand what kind of customer base is there, then we can always upgrade him to a bigger outlet as well later on. So this is why I'm completely focusing on the dark store model. That's the easiest and the simplest format to start with for anyone right now.
Okay. Fine. Mr. Vineet is asking, are you thinking it for Bhopal? If so, how will dark shop work?
So we can consider Bhopal. Of course, we need a little bit more details about which area in Bhopal we're looking at. Then we'll run it through our system. We'll look at what the Swiggy Zomato demand is for the products like ours. And then we can definitely take it up further also. Bhopal is something, yeah, we can do. Okay.
All right. Mr. Puri is asking, what is the support on unsold stock in Kolkata?
Kolkata is something where we'll have to probably plan a bit more because Kolkata being very geographically very far from our current national base. That being said, we can always, so for any unsold stock, we can basically push it through our own channels. So we can move it to any other location, or we can push it out through Amazon or through our website. So that definitely support we are extending also.
All right. Mr. Sami is asking, are you open for Srinagar or Kashmir?
I'll have to check internally for that once. I'll have to check how we are placed in regard to supply chain and all. If a current supply chain is able to supply to that location, then why not? We can do that.
So you're open, you mean to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, Nimishi, thank you so much. Thanks a lot for joining us today on this special day of Independence. Happy Independence to you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you as well. Thank you everyone for giving the afternoon for this. That was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With this, we'll move forward now with our next brand, and our next brand is Tim Paris. They commit to providing the high quality products. They're into retail fashion products with a high quality and reasonable price. We do have Mr. Jayesh from Tim Paris to brief you more about the brand itself and the franchise opportunity available in the Indian market with their brand. Jayesh, first of all, I would like to welcome you on our panel link today, and I would request you to please put some light and share some inputs related to the franchise opportunities, as you are going to tell us about the fashion brands, the brands which you have, and it is doing wonders in market at present. So we would want to tell our investors how they can go into this franchise model and what all you have for other investors to come forward. Over to you, Jayesh.
Sure. Thanks, Neha. Happy Independence Day to everyone. Uh, my name is Jayesh, and I'm going to represent you to one of the growing brand, Tim Paris. Let me share the screen with you. Hope everyone can see this screen now.
Yes,
Yeah. So we have launched our brand in last year, April 22, with 12 stores across Gujarat as of now. With in April 22, as of now, in 18 months, we are at 35 odd stores across 4 states of India. Like we have 16 stores in Gujarat. We have 12 stores in Rajasthan, four stores in Punjab, and 2 stores at MP. So the company, which is backed by Tim Paris, is Prima Fashion Global Private Limited. This is the overview of our store. These are the two co-founders of our company, Prima Fashion. Captain Rahul Rajaguru, he's an ex-army guy. After taking VRS from army, he joined a few big companies like Vedanta and Mahindra. There he was working as an head HR. After that, he went to UK for further studies, and there he came up with he saw many of the brands where the apparels are coming from India and Bangladesh with a tag made in India. So this was the concept he developed. There is a lot of potential in India where we can even explore our 2 tier and 3 tier cities also in India, where brand where people are willing to wear the brand, but due to the affordability thing, they are unable to get into the brands, and they end up with a local brand shopping. So he came back to India, and he joined one of the again leading brand as an business head. After that, taking again grip in India, meeting number of vendors and creating a concept over there, he came up with his own brand, Tim Paris. He started his company, Prima Fashion Global Private Limited, where his friend Sandeep Chaudhary has supported him. He is again a businessman working as an entrepreneur since 2008. He has a number of businesses, primarily having into this retail things and into manpower supply. But they came up with a view that let's have something where we can create a value segment brand where people can afford a brand also with a premium quality and at a low margins. So this is how the concept of Tim Paris in Prima Fashion Global Private Limited came up. We registered our company in December 2021, and in April 22, as I said, we launched our 12 brand with 12 stores. We are planning for 100 stores, hundreds plus stores by end of March 24 across India. We are open for franchisees to have a good partnership going forward, and let's make this value segment brand a big brand, well-known brand across India. Our mission is to, as I said, to deliver best quality in everyday essential life product, because after COVID, people are moving their base from formals to casuals, because work from home culture is there in India, where people are also taking big holidays where they can take work from home and work from anywhere, and anywhere culture is developing in India. Focusing on better construction with best available stock fabrics in the market. We have different vendors across India who are making products for us. Like we have our vendor base in Bangalore also. We have vendor base in North Ludhiana also. We have vendor base in Gujarat, Mumbai, and everywhere. Achieving distinction in image and branding, leading to a better lifestyle association. As in the span of 18 months, we have seen many of the competitors who are dealing with a number of products. We are focusing on getting the best comfort fit to all our customers, so that we can be associated for long term to our customers. We innovate best quality and everyday essential lifestyle product for men to enhance our for enhancement of our customers requirement. So we take continuous feedback from our customers to know what they actually are looking for, because the fashion is now a frequent changing thing. People do change from taking a view from social media and a number of things. So we are changing as per our customers requirement. This is our story, how we have started and everything. But as I discussed with you before, these are the product strategy. We have a complete lifestyle brand having men's casual like denim jeans, t-shirts. We have winter wear. We have accessories like deodorant, wallets. We have belts. We have handkerchief. We have undergarments and everything with us. This is the Indian apparel market drivers. We have taken a base from like how people are looking for an Indian apparel market as of now. Emergence of differentiated business model influenced by fast fashion, rising disposable income. People are now have a better spending habits. People usually initially they used to save more. Now the disposal income is getting increased by disposal of income. People are spending more, changing consumer behavior from need based to aspiration buying. Significant shift towards brand apparel. People are moving for brands in comparison to their peers or to their superiors. So this is how the tier 2 and tier 1 cities are also getting into the brand cautious environment nowadays. This is the Indian retail market by segment. We have done how things are changing from 2015 to what would be the market share of Indian retail garments till 2025. So in these category, food and grocery, apparel and accessories comes at second place. Jewelry and watches, consumer durables and home and living, pharmacy and wellness, footwear and others. So we have compared 7-8 things, and we will be able to show you that how the graph is increasing for the retail garment things in India. Again, this is segment. We have segmented this in the form of how women's category is increasing, how kids wear category is increasing in apparel, and what is the portion of men's garment segment has been increasing since 2008 to 2025. It is going to increase. So these are the things, and in market as I have shown this graph, like apparel. Comparison of apparels and comparison of brand. So how people are getting cautious about the brand. Like in 2012, people were less cautious about wearing a brand, and what we can see is in 2023 and 2025, it is going to increase by 60%. So this is the thing. We are, as I said, we are into the value segment brand. We are not a super premium brand. We are not an economy brand. We are at the mid size where we focus. Consumer who is ready to invest for a brand, but at a medium price where he can afford that thing to wear a brand. So if I compare a number of brands, we are at a level of Cantabile, Cobb, Decot, Jockey, and these are our actual mid-size competitors as of now. This is the competitive positioning. We are at affordable price, and affordable price. We are not at a high price or a local or like a local players. We are available also on online portals now. We are at Amazon and Myntra availability. We have this is the franchisee proposal. Let me discuss with you guys. Like we have 3 different models where we have opened the doors for franchisees across India. So first, let me discuss about this FOFO model. It is franchisee owned and franchisee operated, where franchisee needs to invest in the interior infrastructure capex cost, and he needs to operate the store. So our all 35 stores are approximately a size of 800 to 1200 square feet. So if we take it an average of 1000 square feet or 800 square feet, so this is the minimum requirement we have for all the stores. Initial infrastructure cost for 800 to 1000 square feet would be 12 lakh plus GST. That the franchisee owner, as he's operating himself, he needs to invest initially. Plus, there would be a franchise fees of 2 lakh rupees plus GST, which is non-refundable. There would be then again will be taking a refundable stock deposit from them of rupees 15 lakh rupees, which is refundable completely at the end of the term or after the completion of the lock-in period. So how come this 15 lakh is derived? So we have seen that per square feet there is a space of 3 to 3.5 garments which we can place in any store, because we are having accessories also. So if it's a 1,000 square feet area, we will provide you 3,000 to 3,500 accessories plus garments to you in your store. So that would be a lending cost. There would be a lending cost of approximately 22.5 to 25 lakh, against which we take a deposit, refundable deposit of 15 lakh from the investor. What we give them in return is 30% flat margin on the net sales amount on a monthly basis. So this way, if we compare that we feel that our store approximately having a size of 1,000 will do a sale of 80 lakhs to 1 CR in a year. So if you get a return of 30%, that would be around approximately 30 lakh rupees in a year. So what after 30 lakhs you have to make an expenses related to the stores, like paying rents. You need to make an expense of paying salary to the staff. You need to make an expense of like electricity and the normal repair and maintenance of store as and when required. So this payback period we have calculated, like what initially you have invested 12 lakh plus GST in infrastructure cost would be paid back to you in within a month of 22 months. Our contract agreement would last for 5 years, having a lock-in period of 3 years. After 3 years, if you don't want to continue, if any investor don't want to continue, he can give a notice of 1 month, and we'll be taking back our stock, and we'll be handing over him the 15 lakh rupees, which was the refundable deposit to him at the end of 3 years. So within 22 months, you will be getting your complete return of 12 lakh capex cost, which you have made initially. And after that, till the time 3 years is completed, like 36 months, you will be earning a cash profit. Simple. So this was the FOFO model. Coming to the FICO model, where the franchisee needs to only make an investment and company will operate the complete store, and all the expenses will be borne by company. So again, taking a base of 800 to 1,000 square feet, they don't need to make any initial infrastructure cost of investment, because that will be taken care by company. Franchise fees would be same again, 2 lakh plus GST, which is non-refundable. We take a refundable deposit of 35 lakh rupees from them, which will be refundable to them. Again, the breakup would be the same, like 12 lakh plus GST will be the company will make an capex investment of building infrastructure, and everything will be done as per the company norms. Plus, there would be stock which will be provided to the specific store where the franchisee has shown interest in that city. And what would be the return? Return would be like there are three parameters we have kept here. So taking to you first to the net margin on the net sales, we will be giving you taking again a base of 80 lakh to 1 CR in a year of sale we expect from each store. So you will be getting net sales margin of 7% on a monthly basis, plus what you have invested with us as a refundable deposit is of 35 lakh. We'll be giving you a 0.5% of monthly return on your non-refundable refundable investment amount. So 35 lakh 0.5% plus a net sales ka 7% on a monthly basis will be providing it to you. So this will be given to you on a monthly basis once the year is completed. In this way, we will compare that if the investment return what the franchisee has received is less than 18% of their invested amount of 35 lakh rupees, then we will reimburse you the balance amount to make it a minimum return of 18% with you. So if I give you an example on a simple way, suppose as I'm committing you 80 lakh to 1 CR ka sales would be there in a year. Taking it on a conservative basis, if we take it as 80 lakh rupees sales in a year, So 7% of 80 lakh would come to 5,60,000. And then 6%, any 0.5% monthly. So it will come to 6% of your investment amount, which is refundable. Any 35 lakh ka 6% would come approximately 2,10,000 in a year. So any investor has received a return of 5,60,000 on net sales plus 2,10,000. So it comes to 7,70,000. So he has earned a return of 7,70,000 on an investment of 35 lakh, which is approximately 20 to 23% in a year. So as he has received a return of 18%, it will be taken care of. He has received a return of minimum 18%. He has received a 22%. So that is okay with us, and we have given a good return to the franchisee. In case we take more conservative approach, in any case the sale is not sorry, in case the sale is not achieved up to 80 lakhs also, if it is a sale of only 50 lakh. So what the investor will receive is 50 lakh ka 7% in a year, that comes to 3,50,000 plus 2,10,000, which is the interest on investment, as per 6% on 35 lakh. So he has received a return of 5,60,000. And what we have committed is a minimum guarantee of 18% on 35 lakh. So it comes to 6,30,000. As we have paid in a year only 5,60,000. So the difference amount of 70,000 will be paid to the franchisee after the end of the year. 70,000 we will be reimbursing you to ensure that he has received a return of 18% on his investment. Again, the contract period would be 5 years with a lock-in period of 3 years. You can take off his money after the giving a notice period of 1 month at the end of 3 years. So we have calculated the payback period in this form of 35 lakh would be coming into 38 months. So like in 3 years, he will be getting his complete return of 35 lakh also. And if in case he don't want to continue, he will be getting 35 lakh rupees, which was refundable deposit back to him again. So this is the criteria. So if he continues to in 5 years, he will be getting a cash profit after the 38 months. Third proposal we have is FOCO. So this is specifically for them who are the property owners also, who are having their own property and who wish to rent, who want to take it or rent, and also want to earn some revenue from their property. So in this case, again, it is a company operated. Just the rental portion would be given to the property owner in the form of a return. So again, taking a base of 800 to 1,000 square feet, it is his own property, he will be making an initial investment of 12 lakh plus GST in the infrastructure. Once the infrastructure is ready, we'll be taking 2 lakh rupees plus GST as a franchise fees, and a refundable security deposit of 15 lakh, against which we'll be giving him the 25 lakh rupees of stock. The return which we have fixed is 18% on net sales, which is inclusive of rent and the revenue portion. So flat 18% return you will be getting after on a monthly basis on the net sales which the store is doing on a monthly basis. All the remaining expenses like paying the salary to staff, paying electricity and maintenance and repair and maintenance would be all on the company. The company will be bearing these costs. Again, the contract period would be same 5 years with 3 years lock-in period. And what we have felt is in case 1 CR would be the expected sale, in a year, franchisee investors will be getting 18 lakh rupees. So he will mostly recover his all the capex cost which he has invested in with us in the store, like 12 lakh plus GST. So that is how the investment return has been calculated for all the 3 models. So these are the parameters which we have kept. Suitable partner profile we are who are looking for, whom we are looking for, like HNI investor. We are looking for young entrepreneurs who wants to enter into the retail sector, for new investor attracted by apparel retail industry. These are the partners with whom we are looking for to initially start with our partnership. This is the expansion drive which we are having. In Rajasthan already we are having 12 stores. Still we are looking for these 4 places. Delhi NCR we have earmarked, MP we have earmarked, UP, Uttarakhand, Bihar, Jharkhand. So these are the places which we have entered into with this franchise India also, and our team is separately BD team is also working on growing the expansion plan for Prima Fashion. So this is what I would have discussed with you. Thank you everyone. Over to you, Neha.
Thank you so much, Jayeshji, for briefing us in such detail about the brand and the models you are working on. So we'll start with the panelists. If from the panelists you have any questions, anything you want to put up, you can please proceed.
Yeah, so Mr. Jayesh, one thing from my side,
Yeah.
in the FOCO model that you told, there is no
Mhm.
minimum guarantee, right? It's just an 18% on the revenue.
Yes. Flat revenue sharing
So
18%.
typically in FOCO and FICO model, there is a minimum guarantee. I mean, what if the sales don't go as per the expectation? Then, what is the guarantee on the investment?
So in FICO model, there is a guarantee.
FICO model, there is
In
a
FOCO,
MG.
yeah, there it is
Typically, there is
18% guarantee. Yes. So the thing is, as we have 38 stores across India as of now, so we have that clear mindset that I have given you an example also. Like if in any case the sale will go up to 80 lakhs to 1 CR, because we have a good season scenario also, like from August onwards to Jan Feb. In every city of India, we have a good festive season where people go for shopping, and there are 3-4 criterias which we have kept as what our design team when they approach in any new city or any new area. So what they say is we place our brand in the cluster of brands only, in between the cluster of brands. Like if there is a complex and there are 5-6 stores across that complex. Like there is Peter England is there. There is Canterville. One shop is vacant, and other two stores are like Jockey and any other like Arrow is there. So in case when we sit in between the brands, in case any customer comes out from any other brand who is unsatisfied, who has not got the comfort fit, we will have a immediate another option, like this is the Tim Paris brand. Let's have a look over that if we can find our product. So this is how, and then our quality plays the best role, and we can attain the customer for a long duration. Again, the second thing is we keep our showrooms frontage of 15 to 18 feet broad, so that it will give a customer from outside also a visual presentation that what this brand belongs to, what it wants to say. So this is how, and on between the on the we came select our store at high streets or in mall only. So that will give again a good footfall. So not having any sale, that would not happen in any scenario.
I think we have a question. You have raised your hand.
Are you done, Praveenji, or you have any questions?
I think a couple of things more in terms of locations you already told. So in terms of the logistics, do you have your own manufacturing unit somewhere in India, or you are outsourcing the manufacturing? How do you plan to supply to various shops?
See, we have our own warehouse, centralized warehouse in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. We are registered in Gujarat, Ahmedabad. So we have our centralized warehouse in Gujarat, where all the products which are manufactured by different nominated vendors will come to our centralized warehouse. From there, the sorting will be done, and it will be sent to across our different stores. We have in-house our own designer team and sourcing and merchandising team. They select the fabric, they select the designs for the upcoming season, and based on that, we have our nominated vendors. Like I said previously, like we have a vendor in Bangalore, we have Bangalore for denim and shirts, and Ludhiana as well in Mumbai also. For Arvind is also making product for us. So these are the brands with whom we have our partners as a nominated vendors. They manufacture us as per our design and using the designated fabric for us, and they provide us the clothes. And this is how the across industry is doing. All the big brands are doing. They have their own nominated vendors, and they are doing this thing.
And any plans to move into women wear?
Not as of now. So again, men's category is so huge. So we will be planning our next brand is we are going to launch in active wear first of all, and by Diwali or December we are planning to come into the formal wear as of now, and then going forward maybe next year after March we'll be planning for a woman category things.
Right. So this formal wear would also be available to the franchise stores.
Yes. A complete range. If we are going to launch in before Diwali, we are planning for active wears also. So that would be again a plan of franchise store and across an online stores also.
Right. Sure. Yeah, Neha, I'm done.
Sure.
Thank
As I can see that Virendra is, he would want to ask something. He's raising his hand. Virendra, over to you.
Yeah, hi Jesse. Like
Hi,
we
Virendra.
are currently not in the eastern part of India, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like are we looking for a warehouse first or directly we are going to a franchisee model? Like what's the procedure? Because
No,
because if
we are
because
going with.
if because if we go for a
on-
FOFO model and we go for a single unit, the logistic charges and all will be like on a higher side, right?
See, we are sending our transportation of all the stores till Punjab as of now. So the northern region has been completed, and we are in talks with 2-3 franchise partners in the city of Kolkata. So transportation would not be an issue because as I said, our nominated vendors are there in Ludhiana itself, so we can move directly the store the product from our that store, whatever the refilling is required. Initially, that will be done from our centralized centralized warehouse from Gujarat, but the refilling portion can be adjusted from there itself. Like we can ask our nominated vendor to supply the product into our franchise store in eastern region or northern region wherever we select. So transportation would not be an issue.
Okay. And one more question is that like if anyone is going for a FICO model outlet, so
Okay.
like he wants to hire a place or you will help him hire a place? Look,
So
the rent
in
will be on your
all
side, I
the
know,
cases,
but the rent will be on your
right. So
side, no?
yes. In FICO, every expenses will be done by a company only, and in FOFO and FICO, both the cases we will be finalizing the store. We will always see as you are in from that city, you will be having better idea in which market it will be having good footfalls of customers for retail segment. So we take a base from you, and final decision will be of company. Our leasing team will visit the city, and they will earmark the stores and will finalize the things.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Over to you, Neha.
Sure. Thank you. So as I can see, there are so many questions. So quickly, I'll take a few questions and we'll move forward. There is a question being asked by someone. Do you think it can be done in Bhubaneswar? Are you open for Bhubaneswar?
Yeah, we are open for Bhubaneswar. As I said, the leasing team will finalize the things how it should be. So the market will be taking care of all these things.
Okay. Mr. Kunal is asking क्या हम franchise लेने के बाद brand Tim Paris की article online platform पर sell कर सकते हैं?
No, as of now, not. क्योंकि हम लोगों ने online तो we have our own website, Tim Paris, and we have our this Myntra and Amazon as our partners. So they are selling that through us. So franchise store is specifically for offline sale only.
Okay. Kunal has asked what will be the rent of 800 square feet?
It depends on specifically on city to city. If I take an idea, it would be approximately 80,000 we have taken a base on a monthly basis.
Okay. Are you open for FOCO model in Bareilly?
Yes, we our leasing team as of now is in Bareilly only. They are looking for we have a tie-up with few of the investors. They are looking for UP area, so we are looking for Bareilly also. Yeah.
Ram is asking what is the investment and revenue? What does the product? I think product we have already covered. So if you can just tell the investment and revenue.
So in which model they are looking for FICO or FOFO?
We can tell about both. Like if
So
we can...
in FOFO, where franchisee is going to operate the thing, the return would be 30% of the net sales amount. In the FICO, there would be three criteria like 7% of net sales and 0.5% on a monthly basis of the refundable investment amount. In case this amount is less than 18%, calculating in a year would be less than 18%, we guarantee 18% return fixed to the FICO investor. In FOCO, it would be 18% again inclusive of rent on the net sales margin.
Mr. Jamie is asking, what about the dead stock?
This is on sale on return basis. We have estimated then that each garment's shelf life is 90 days, 80 to 90 days. So in case it is not sold out, we take back that product and we refurbish the new article or the other segment which have came across after the production to us. So we take it on sale and return basis.
Okay. Shahab Khan is asking, what about Jammu and Kashmir?
Yeah, J&K, we are also looking for the things, yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jayesh. Thanks for coming up. Guys, I can see that you're still raising your hand. Whoever has any questions, please write them into Q&A box. We'll take up your questions after the presentations. Raising hand won't be, we won't be able to let you speak here. So you'll have to write your questions into Q&A box instead of raising your hand. So whenever you have any question, just write. Keep it writing while we are running the presentations. Thanks a lot, Jayesh. Thanks for joining us today on
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, everyone. Jai.
Lovely hosting you here today. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
So with this, we would like to move forward with our next brand. And I would like to brief you a little about the brand. It's India's leading electronic weighbridge brand with one of the largest client-based community in India, with more than 8,000 successful installations and commissioning across the country, as well as in Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, West India, Nigeria, and some other countries. The company has been awarded as Udyog Patra and also gold medal for outstanding performance in manufacturing electronic weighbridges. The brand name is Everlast, and from Everlast, we do have Mr. Rachit directly here in front of you to brief you more about the brand itself and the business opportunities available for our investor in India market. Rachit ji, first of all, I would like to welcome you on our panel today.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, everyone. Happy Independence Day.
Hi, Rachit ji. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Pretty good.
So today, Mr.
Anirudh, do we have someone else also joined from the?
Yeah, Mr. Anirudh is there.
Okay.
We'll be taking the lead.
Yeah, hi, Neha.
Hi. How are you?
Very well. Can I present my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. Great. Shall I begin?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Thanks, Neha, for the opportunity. As I understand from Rachit, I think we have 30 minutes. So what I'll probably do is,
that's okay. You can take 20 also, because we have kept it in last so that we can have a detailed session.
No, absolutely. I mean, the product itself is quite simple. So maybe what I'll do is, speak for 10, 12 minutes and then open up the panel for questions, because I'm sure a lot of people will have questions, since this is a very different kind of product than what typically gets presented on franchise forums. And I'm quite happy to, bring this product to you. So, so essentially, as you can see in the photograph, weighbridges, what we do is we make weighbridges for the last 50 years, and we do it quite well. As you had mentioned in your introduction that, we've had 8,000 successful installations and we've sold over 20,000 weighbridges in the last 50 years. Rachit, of course, is the third generation promoter now, and I handle the rest of the operations. A weighbridge, या हिंदी में जैसे काफी लोग कहते हैं धर्म काटा जिसको कहते हैं. I think I don't know how many people on this panel are aware of it, but if I were to explain, it is मतलब दो शब्दों का कोश है वो, weigh and bridge. Weighing is basically weighment, tolna, and bridge is, as you can see in the picture, it's a bridge. So essentially, what happens is a vehicle which is laden with goods comes on top of this bridge, and the weight of that particular vehicle is taken along with the goods inside, right? Now, typically, there are two aspects to this, application, and we fall under something called industrial machinery. And the two applications here are, one is when it's done for the purpose of weighment, and the other is when it is done for the purpose of regulation. Now, why regulation? If I were to talk about a little more, whether our highways of India, whether our chemical plants, food plants, etc. There are a lot of regulations when it comes to weighment, right? That your trucks, etc., cannot be loaded beyond a certain limit, and there are a lot of rules and regulations that follow each of these applications. So the government takes out every year through the meteorology department or through the road department certain rules which have to be followed, which requires weighing machines or weigh bridges to be placed very profusely across all our roads and industrial parks across India. So the application of what we do, right? It's not a frill product. It's actually a very necessity product. It's a fundamental product, right? Which is consumed by a lot of different, segments that you can possibly think of. To give an example, whether it's agriculture and farming, whether it is, energy, construction, food, infra, mining, manufacturing. You take your pick. Basically, जहाँ पे वजन लेना जरूरी है, वहाँ पे हमारी requirement है, right? And what we do is, like I said again, that we are an industrial product, we are sort of required in almost every sector that is out there. Typically, the construction, or and this is a slightly technical product, but maybe what I would also urge, Neha, is that if individual IFCs can reach out to us by themselves so that we can explain the technical aspect in detail, because I don't want to go too much in detail on that. But effectively, if you want to, let's say, understand on this call, it is nothing but a steel structure, right, which has ramps and which has a platform, as you can see in the photograph. So it is almost a 95% steel structure. That's pretty much it. Obviously, there are certain gradations, there are certain specifications when it comes to the kind of steel used, etc. But like I said, we are happy to take those questions offline. So the product itself is quite simple. It is a steel bridge, right? And one thing which I want to clarify here is, normally a weighbridge or a dharamkata, the way it is installed is ek gadda khote hain pehle usko, and there's a lot of investment made in the civil part of it before the steel bridge is lowered into it, right? But what we have done is we've gone 2 steps ahead. We have pioneered the first 100% mobile weighbridge, okay, which is a complete full steel deck. What this effectively means is that the amount of investment and time that you have to do or spend before you install a weighbridge, that we've brought it down from a couple of days. Normally it takes 10 to 15 days. From 10 to 15 days, we've now brought it down to 3 to 4 hours for a full installation of this weighbridge, right? So that's how we qualify this as a 100% mobile weighbridge. So a lot of times what happens is, and now somebody koi pooch sakta hai ki isi kya zarurat hai? A lot of times, like I said, regulations change होते हैं. आपके जो trucks जो load करते हैं, उनके sizes change होते हैं. तो आपको weighbridges का भी size change करना पड़ता है. But once you, let's say, invest in civil, it's very difficult to again change with your lengths and breadths of your weighbridge. Secondly, you may want to change gates of your factory. You may want to change the loading, unloading docks. Now, every time that you keep removing and installing a weighbridge, a lot of money gets wasted, right? So we've eliminated that need completely by having a fully mobile weighbridge, right? I have sort of covered who typically needs this product. Like I said, whether it is for the public purpose as a public weighbridge, or whether it is for all these target industries that you are seeing on the slide right now, wherever weighment is required, our product is needed. Now, I think here I'd like to take an opportunity to now sort of segue into the franchise part of why we are. And as I had mentioned, this is it's an industrial machinery. We fall under that, and typically you don't see our forum or people of our products get into the franchise angle. But what we sort of equate ourselves, and this is something which I would want all IFCs to also sort of compare us with, is think of it as a car showroom, or as a JCB showroom, or as a ACE showroom, or as a Caterpillar showroom, or any industrial equipment showroom. Now, we've seen that through case studies and also through live examples, a lot of these companies, we all buy cars and bikes. We all go to a showroom to buy cars and bikes. And what we've realized is, given the demand for the product that we have, right, we believe that joining hands with Franchise India and getting ourselves a little more open and visible, for India and abroad, is going to be immensely helpful to us, because see, we, unlike most brands again on this forum, we are not trying to establish ourselves as a in the market. We've been here for 50 years. We've done more than 20,000 weighbridges, installations and sales. So a lot of, I mean, to be frank, every day business comes to us. However, what we are seeing is that, if we want to grow exponentially, we cannot continue to do the same mom and pop shop way. We have to diversify. We have to onboard new partners. We have to onboard new types of sales techniques. And what we believe is most important for us here is that, whichever partner that decides to join us and go ahead with us, we sort of want them to have an understanding of, the customer profile that is going to purchase this. So typically, these are going to be people like I said, again, if from the industry side, from the transport side, whoever wishes to be a part of the industrial revolution of India. Let me put it that way. So so this product can very well and easily be equated with a commercial vehicle like Eicher Motors, Ashok Leyland. I mean, you can take Tata Ace. आप मतलब कोई भी आप example ले सकते हैं, and our product is also as frequently selling or as important as any of these, right? And like I said, one advantage of why we wish to also take the franchise route is we don't have to spend a lot of money when it comes to establishing a brand or talking about market, product fit and all, because that's already been done. We've been doing it for 50 years. We'll continue to hopefully do a better job of it in the coming years. We are certified. We have eliminated the local competition. Right now, the only competition that we particularly have is the Europeans. But there also we have an edge because we sell for a fraction of the price because, well, we are make in India completely. So with all that said, we believe that, franchising is the best way to go ahead. And also, I think there are some numbers which are there on the right-hand side of the screen as we're talking, and I'll just quickly run through those. Typically, what we want in an ideal partner profile is we want somebody who can make us more visible, which means who's willing to make us, make our product visible through a showroom. So typically, we want this potential partner to have land, to have a space, ideally next to an highway, or maybe next to an industrial area where you have a bunch of industries who typically, will be requiring these kind of products. Second is we want, somebody who is willing to also invest in the inventory part of it. Now, what we've sort of, and again, past couple of months, we've been talking to multiple potential investors who want to be a part of this. But what we're realizing is that, look, given that, again, that we have a certain brand presence and a brand pull in the market, we do receive a lot of demands, a lot of, orders. For the initial period, what we expect the franchise partner to do is invest 15 lakhs in brand fee and invest 15 lakhs in a refundable demo unit, right? A demo unit which typically looks like this, but a smaller version of this, which will be in the showroom. Right? Because what we've realized is that, this product has never really come out in the market. It's an unglamorized, deglamorized product. But when and I don't know how many of you had the chance to visit the franchise showroom, the franchise event that happened, but we actually installed a weighbridge and we got a lot of good response. So we realized ki jo dikhta hai wo bikega also, right? So so yes, so coming back to the investment part, so we want 15 lakhs in brand fee. And what we're asking for is 15 lakhs for a demo unit. Like I said, a typical weighbridge, which is going to be fit there. And we keep on upgrading it on a regular basis in terms of the technology, in terms of the display, in terms of the modules, etc., to make sure that any customer who comes to that particular showroom is seeing the latest product, right? On the inventory bit, see, ideally, when we started this journey with Franchise India, we thought that we would want people who can go hunt for business and like to store inventory, because one major advantage, like I said, of this product is it can be installed within 3 to 4 hours. So it has sort of become like a cash and carry business, right? Where a person comes to think of it as a vehicle, right? A person comes to the showroom, says, I like this, takes the key and goes the same day and starts driving it immediately, right? Traditionally, this business of weighbridges was not like that, because like I said, it used to take 10 to 15 days to develop the pit, etc. But now here it is advantages that our ideal partner store inventory of about, let's say, 5 to 6 pieces. At 10 lakhs a piece, this comes to 50 to 60 lakhs. But what we've also realized is that given the kind of business demand that we generate, we are happy to pass on the initial leads for the initial couple of months so that the investment that the franchise partner is doing gets recovered immediately. So, I mean, let's say even if I take about a 5% commission where we are sort of generating the leads for them, it takes about 25 weighbridges for them to break even, right? Where the entire brand fee and the demo unit investment sort of gets back to them. So beyond that, we can again renegotiate and give them a more attractive rate of, profit share, the commission model, where they sort of go and, stock inventory and they start hunting for more business. But initially, we are happy to support them with, any leads that we have, we're happy to route it through them. Because what we want, again, is not to just sell products. We want to sell it a certain way. We want to use this model. And also we have certain refund clauses. I don't want to sort of discuss too much on those. But let's say for whatever reason, the relationship doesn't work for 6 months, or for some random reason, not even a single unit gets sold for the first 6 months, we are happy to look at a complete refund. So there are options. Again, I don't want to go into those bit immediately today. But our idea is, the last thought that I want to sort of leave it before the questions can pop in is that we sort of want to take care of our franchise partners for the initial period, where they can, where we sort of provide the business to them till the time that their investment is secured. And then we can look for a more fruitful relationship. So I'll pause here, Neha. I think I've given adequate tidbits on the business, on the model, etc. And yeah, happy to take any questions or immediate reactions.
Sure. Thank you so much, Anirudh. First of all, I would like to ask from my panelists, if you have any questions, you can please proceed.
Yeah, a couple of things, Anirudh and Rachit. So what is a typical life of a weighbridge, which is bought from you for an end customer?
So 10 to 15 years is at least, the minimal life that we claim. Obviously, we've had weighbridges much longer than that, operating on a service basis, which are adequately being serviced. And again, that is a part which I've not on purpose mentioned, but there is a huge revenue segment that comes from AMCs also,
Sure.
right? Now, that part we want to actually open once the relationship is sort of solidified, because we make our name and we are happy. We proudly say 50-year-old business, and everybody knows us because we take care of our AMCs and we do it ourselves. So outsourcing that requires a bit of faith and a working partnership before we can actually be happy to give those reins to somebody else.
Sure. And then so the end user for this product would be big manufacturing companies, or maybe government agencies who want to install this on the highways or near industrial areas, correct?
Both, and not just big actually. So like I said, nowadays a lot of regulations in the textile area, a lot of regulations in the food area, which are pushing businesses, even small, medium-sized, with even single units, who are requiring these weighment because how much can a person use a public weighbridge? Because maximum chori wo public weighbridge se factory aane mein ho jata hai. So even a public weighbridge mein kuch weigh karte hain, you need something to check it, right, at your own factory. So but yes, to answer your question, yes, it's both government and private. In private, it's mostly all these people, like I said. We do work a lot with the government. And one thing I just want to sort of put it out here for all other IFCs also listening in is that we have had some queries from interested parties who wish to collaborate on the government side of it. But we can take those on case-to-case basis, because there the investment requirements are different.
Right, because I think, see, this definitely is a very, very specific product for a specific type of consumer or industry. So, what do you see? How many weighbridges of franchise owner would be able to easily sell in a span of 6 months, let's say, when after they start? Of course, with your support, with the leads that you provide. So what do you, yeah.
Yeah, so let me break down some numbers, right? So let's say, I mean, like I said at the start of the call, that I've been in existence for 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Last 50 years, I've sold around 20,000 web bridges, right? So on an average in a year, I sell 400 with doing nothing, right? Where the customer comes to me.
Mhm.
We know from our own sources that, you know, and I'm not even considering the government contract because those are very large. But just pure demand just from UP, we look at 12 to 1500 way bridges a year, just from UP answer. Right. So what we sort of tell our, our franchises, etc., is that, look, you should, and the way we've sort of have the incentive structure in place is also that, you know, up to 5, it's 5% a month, 5 way bridges. Beyond that, the percentage of commission also keeps increasing. So we see, so there are 2 ways, right, that a potential franchise can think of it. Either they can do bulk deals, like if you are, let's say, if you're well known in your area, you know, the industrial, the SEZ part of it, the industrial plants, you can, doing 30 orders on day 0 itself is not impossible. We've seen that happen, right? But at the same time, I think to cement the relationship, 4 to 5 way bridges a month would be a good steady rate of business, is what I would say, because that will allow a commission of, let's say, about so even if I take, let's say 4 way bridges a month, right, that's about 40 lakhs. So that's about 2.5-3 lakhs of earnings.
Right. So at 5%, right?
Yeah. And like I said, 5% because, and by the way, even these also the leads we will give. See, if you generate more, the merrier, right? But we are happy to pass, like just to give an example, we are negotiating with somebody in Jodhpur right now. I today sitting have a order from Jaipur. So I'm very happy to route that Jaipur order through him. So he earns his commission. He, there is a bit of buzz around the product there. So we are happy to do that and support the franchise partners in the initial period.
Sure, fair enough, right? But do you plan to have so this is a FOFO model, right? Do you plan to have a FOCO model as well, with some kind of a minimum guarantee offered to franchisee?
So we can think of it, but again, like I said, the way we have designed this, I mean, we are sort of de-risking it completely, right? So while the slide may say FOFO, but I have de-risked it completely. Like I said, I'm not stressing you out for inventory. I'm giving you the leads per se. So all I'm asking you to do is just make sure that my product is visible, right? And keep the OPEX of about 1 lakh or so a month.
What kind of staff do you think a franchisee would require?
So it's a 3-member staff. So there's one for admin that we need to be at the showroom, and there are 2 semi-technical people that we will train. So it's 3-member staff.
And maybe some sales staff or marketing staff?
So that semi-technical staff that I'm mentioning is the sales staff.
Okay.
Yeah, so that we will train. We have our engineers on standby across. I mean, so we work in almost every state, right? So we will have engineers on standby in case any requirement is done. We take care of the installation. We take care of the warranties. We take care of the maintenance. So yeah.
Sure, fair enough. And you talked about government as well. So government tenders, since those would probably be large tenders, so what kind of support a franchisee can expect if he is planning to apply for a government tender?
So support actually is going to be the other way around. We will be counting on their financial support in a way where, we co-jointly go for these tenders where we provide. See, this is a very licensed business, so it's not like anybody and everybody can get in. So we will ensure that, the person who's applying for the tenders gets the licenses. Like, for example, maybe I forgot to mention this, but even in our brand fee, right? So there is a licensing requirement from the meteorology department, from the, necessary people, that legislatures that we will bring in. So it's all a part of that fee.
All right. Yeah, I think sounds good.
Yeah.
Neha, over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Praveenji. Thanks a lot. The questions you have raised are really going to be useful. There is one more question I would like to take up. Mr. Sandeep is asking, you did mention about the refund. So you're talking about the complete refund means 30 lakh rupees or 15 lakh in exit policy.
So see, so when in a situation that for 6 months of our association, not a single weighbridge is being sold, right? Which is very tough because we have our own demand, right? Which we are willing to route through you. So, but let's say by some freak instance that, 6 months of our association, we're unable to sell even a single weighbridge, then we are happy to refund the entire thing. Because 50% of it is the brand unit, the demo unit, which we will take back. And the remaining 15, I mean, like I said, in a situation where we've not been able to, I mean, we don't want a sour relationship. So we are happy to. Yeah.
Well, it's wonderful. I mean, you have this option. It's really wonderful for everyone. One more question I would want to ask you. What is the marketing support you're going to provide to the franchise partners?
So, I mean, in terms of, let's say, local newspapers, local, TV, because this is more, we don't want to go national with this. We want to go regional. So whatever kind of branding support that is required, I mean, we'll be doing that. We're also, trying to finalize a brand ambassador for this, who can lend more credibility to the brand. So all those things, all those investments we'll be making.
So you'll do it as per I mean, if you are opening a franchise into a particular region, so you'll do it region basis, not national basis, you mean to say?
Yeah, so see, we would, I mean, given our plans, we would like to start with the Hindi speaking states first. If you were to give, ask us as an option. But like I said, I mean, we work across all 30 states. So we have orders coming from all 30 states. So it's not, but like I said, given our preference, because we are located in Delhi, we are happy to look at Hindi speak. And again, these are the large pockets, right? Because I told you, UP itself, UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, these are Jharkhand, these are major areas where we see a lot of sale and a lot of potential that this model can work in. So we would like to focus on those first.
All right. And there is one more thing I want to ask. It came into my mind when we are talking about weighbridges. So do we only provide weighbridges or do we provide the installation also? And if we are providing installations, so do we hire technical staff or the people who can do the installation correctly, or we do provide them the training?
So, ma'am, installation is completely on the company. So the franchise owner doesn't have to think about installation. That's on us. Yeah.
Okay, so that will be done from your end. So they only have to sell it basically. So the installation and other part will be taken care by you.
Directly. Yeah, the installation, the warranties, the after sales, all that will be taken care by us.
Great. One more question is being asked by Mr. Sandeep. What about Odisha? Are you open for Odisha also?
Yeah. So like I said, so we work in Jharkhand very actively. We have a lot of installations in Odisha. We've got a lot of government inquiries from Odisha. So yes, I mean, Odisha is a good belt because it lines up with the steel belt, and so Odisha is a good market for us.
Okay, so you're open for Odisha.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is our expansion plan, Anirudh? If you can just tell us a bit about the expansion areas we are interested into right now.
So, ma'am, I mean, see, typically we're looking at both fronts. So we're looking at international expansion also because we have a huge base in Africa and the Middle East that we are seeing from a demand perspective. So while we are expanding on that front, from a domestic front, like I said, right now we've been operating a certain way, in a very, old-fashioned way, if I can say that, where we wait for the orders to come to us. Now we wish to, go out and see, our plan ideally is to sign at least 2 franchisees a month, starting now. But the more the better.
Okay, so I think we're open for all the cities and regions.
Yeah.
You already mentioned that you want to go for international, so you're open for international opportunities as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anirudh and Mr. Rachit. Thanks a lot for joining us today, and happy Independence Day.
Madam. Yeah. Happy Independence Day.
It's really wonderful to host you today, and it's for me also, like, people who are watching you, they've got to know a lot about this brand, because the brand and product you have, it's not a random thing which people know about. So it's a kind of information which you provide them, you feed them, then only they get to know how it works, how it ahead, you know. So we hardly get an audience who knows this brand easily or the product easily. But yes, by this session, with this session, we got to know a lot about the brand and the products you are dealing into. And that's going to help everyone who's looking for it. So thanks a lot for joining us today and giving us so much about the details, so much about your brand itself. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam. And one thing at the last, I would like to request everyone, all the IFCs, like me and Anirudh, are open for traveling also. I mean, my major like franchise audience or maybe the customer audience, which I'm looking forward to, is all the JCB and the people who are already the stockist in their areas, you know. So if we can have a small conference, maybe if IFCs can, you know, connect with the owners of the showrooms. So, you know, on a weekend basis, or maybe, I mean, Saturday, Sunday, we can travel to the place, probably Panipat or Lucknow or anywhere. You know, the potential people, which I'm looking forward to, because those people are the right ones who know, you know, how the machinery and the AMC part works. And so, I mean, to collaborate and to expand, those will be, I mean, those can be operated as a master franchisee. And the new ones can be like a normal franchise model. I hope you can understand. So, I mean, I would like to have a base of IFCs, even Anirudh has requested earlier also. If we can connect on one-on-one basis to the IFCs, where we can give them a technical background, because it's a little technical product, not too technical, but a little technical. So, I mean, I would be able to tell them, you know, because government prospect, like Praveen sir also asked earlier, when you're getting into government, right? Oh my God, there is a huge demand coming from FCI, Coal India, NTPC. Everybody wants a weighbridge, because that's a standard requirement of the government, from the central government, that before mining, before keeping in any stock or dispatching any stock, you need to have a weighbridge. And this portable one fits in proper, because when you say mining, when you say FCI, state warehouses, CWCs, they all have to move the weighbridges now and then, you know. So those guys are really facing problems due to these reasons, because conventional weighbridges are static. You cannot move them. But this particular weighbridge I've supplied to UP State Warehouse, to Haryana State Warehouse, and they have thoroughly enjoyed it. Because, you know, today they are putting in ration at a godown of Azamgarh, and tomorrow they want to leave to probably to Lucknow. So we have done a contract with them on a rate contract for the yearly basis, where transportation, reinstallation, everything is included. So those frames, I can tell you, once, you know, we can have a meeting with the potential franchisees. So there's a lot of potential, I mean, in my opinion. And secondly, government also likes it when we are giving them on the lease basis. So this weighbridge can be given on lease as well, because it's a completely portable one, right? And third and the last, how it will pull up the sales, this particular model. Why? Because now we have pitched into all the NBFCs, like we have around 8 NBFCs on board already, who are ready to finance this weighbridge. So this is going to be an impeccable experience for the customer, because it's going to be the first time you're going to have a ad in the newspaper where you're going to be saying that ke 399 rupees mein dharam kaanta kharide. So this is going to be a game changer. So I am thoroughly following the automobile industry, how they operate. See, once a customer wants a weighbridge, today he does not have a look and feel, and even the customer is not that much literate, you know, to understand. Speaking to me over the phone from Lucknow or from Bihar or Jharkhand is not enough. He wants somebody, you know. He knows we are a 6-year-old company. He believes us. Everything is fine. First of all, our dealer, who is already placed in, suppose, Muzaffarpur, that guy is there for like the last 25 years. But he has credibility. He has everything. But, you know, he's also not that technically qualified to explain him. Once we have a little experience center, and we can tell the customer, okay, you go there at the Patna Chowk, and there we have a showroom. So he'll be, when he's buying a machine of 15-20 lakh rupees, he'll easily drive to Patna to have a look at the weighbridge, maybe have a con call with me or all the franchisees. I mean, and that is why we are looking for a person to own our franchisee who is already a well-known name in their area, you know, so that they can now behave like a face of Everlast. Because today I am the third generation. Earlier, see, till date, I tell you, the ironical part of our industry, all the owners want to buy the beverages by themselves. Even though purchase managers are getting the quotes from us, no problem. But they would definitely like to meet somebody from Everlast who is owning a good reputation in the area or in the company. I mean, they are not happy with meeting only the sales manager staff, you know. They would like to meet like a CEO or the MD. That's when they get satisfied, because weighing is very essential and very particular product. So they want to be very, very sure that who they are joining hands with is a reliable company. And that is a USP of Everlast, that we don't entertain any hampering in the weighing scales. We always believe in giving good sturdiness, good strength. So we way more give like too much strength. I mean, suppose we are designing a weighbridge of 100 ton, I try to give it a capacity of 150 ton. What if at night some vehicle comes of 120 tons and just pass by the weighbridge? So I don't want my weighbridge to break, you know. Ultimately, it will spoil the name of Everlast, not the customer. The customer is a baby, right? He'll wake up in the morning and he'll say, I don't know what happened. You come and see. So, like, I mean, this is the mentality we have, and this is the, what do you say, the bringings we have. You know, I mean, my grandfather also used to say that we are making weighbridge for generations. उनका एक बड़ा स्टैंडर्ड डायलॉग था, लतीफा कह लीजिए आप, कि दादा खरीदे और पोता भर दे, भाई साहब हम ऐसा कांटा बनाते हैं कि दादा खरीदेगा और पोता भी चलाएगा उसको. And I have 45-year-old installations in Delhi. If somebody would like to come and visit, I would be very thankful to take them there and, you know, show them which my grandfathers have installed. So it's a legacy business. And secondly, I am myself so much have been involved in the R&D part since like last 15 years. So I love to innovate. So that is why one more reason I want to have experience center, so that we can keep upgrading the new products there, you know, to give a feel to the customer. That's where we have the edge, and Europeans cannot compete with us in Indian market because the raw material and a lot of things, because it's a licensed business. So they cannot import everything from Europe. But Everlast is making everything here. Everything is made in India, in Delhi. So most of the R&D part, even any spare parts are coming from Europe or China, is also being reverse engineered in Delhi before putting them in use. So all the R&D part is in our hands, how we want to customize it. And the range of weighbridge only starts from 5 to 6 lakh rupees. Okay. And it goes up to 25, 30 lakh rupees. So once we have a good franchise partner, we can target on a retail side. On the industrial, we call it industrial. We have 3 sectors basically. First is the public weighbridge, जो आप धर्म कांटे वाला आदमी देखते हैं. वो किसान के पास में भी फंड का बहुत इशू रहता है. Once it is being financed, he'll go all out because he has spaces all over the highway. And like my father used to sell in the market, if you have 5 minutes, I can explain. मेरे फादर का एक बड़ा एक टेम डायलॉग होता था कि भाई साहब आपका अगर एक लड़का खाली बैठा है तो इसके लिए धर्म कांटा लगवा दो, कल ही से इसका कुछ बिजनेस स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. So when we have that kind of mindset, because you already have land on the highway, which is very much particular, और land highway के ऊपर land किसका होगा? जो जमींदार होगा. So in a very clear
voice.
Yeah, I think it's got some network issues. Mr. Achit, we are unable to hear you out. Your voice is not audible. Okay, I think he's lost the signals. So we have more or less covered everything related to Everlast. Thank you so much, Praveenji. You've joined us today on Independence Day. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. I believe that the brand details and insight shared with you today's webinar will greatly benefit you to choose the right option for your business plan. If your questions were not answered during the live event, we plan to get back to you within the next day or two. Also, you will receive an email just after this webinar on your registered mail IDs. I request you to share your queries and feedback on our email. So I have shared in my chat window also, we have created a community with the name of Bharat Franchisee Show, in which you will receive everyday opportunities, because on this webinar, we can cover, very minimum brands, not all the brands, but yet in this community, you get details of all the brands. I could see few were asking for the presentations and all. If you'll join that community, the link is being shared into the chat window. So if you join the community, you can get the details. Just after this webinar also, you will receive the presentation of the brands we have covered in today's webinar. As I can see, I think Rachit ji is back with his signals. Rachit ji, if you can hear me out, so I think...
Yes, madam. Sorry, I lost signals. So all I would like to say, I would like to travel to visit different states, districts, maybe, and would like to meet people, IFCs. See, once I will demonstrate in front of them to a customer or to the franchisee, they'll be well versed with the product. That's what I feel. Maybe it could be through a VC, or they want to have a conference. We are ready to sponsor. There's not an issue. For a 5 people, 10 people gathering, if they want to have something like that, I'm open for that. There's no issue. So, likewise, I want to have more feedback. What everybody feels about it, because this government sector thing is like, they have a lot of requirement. I can't even explain it to you.
Sure, Rachit, let's plan something on those lines, and we'll get back to you.
Yes, Praveen sir.
And I'll plan a IFC training session in coordination with Mr. Bharat, and hopefully we'll have a training session very soon with IFC partners, maybe in a week only. So you'll get an update on that also, because a detailed information, a detailed training is very much important related to your brand. And you've rightly said that technical information is very important to speak with investors.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Rachit ji, for joining us today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Rachit ji.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
So everyone, please join the community. Link is already mentioned in the chat window. You'll just have to click on that link, and you will get an invite for the WhatsApp community. Join that community, and you will get daily, everyday opportunity, business opportunity option in that group. You can get in touch with us directly on our hotline number, which is 9717683838. By now, you all have my number also. You can drop me a WhatsApp if you have any question, any query, which is 8800493728. Happy Independence to everyone. Thanks a lot for joining us today's evening. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you, everyone.